On this episode of At the D Spot, we're making a classic English banoffee pie with a twist. Let's go. For a full list of ingredients, be sure to check the description box below. So I'd never had banoffee pie before until I visited London a couple of years ago. And shout out to Viv Sullivan, who made me the most glorious meal that I had while I was in London. And the dessert for that meal was a banoffee pie, which I'd never tried before. And it's a classic English dessert, and I'm putting my own twist on it. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do is flour our work surface a little bit, and I'm just using a little bit of coconut flour, but you could use any kind of flour that you like. And now we're taking our peanut butter cookie dough that we defrosted, and we have in this pile here, and what we're gonna do is flatten it out. We're gonna flatten it out first, and then I'll give it a little bit of a roll. Because this dough is so crumbly, you're gonna have to really work it well with your hands. Once we've got our dough flattened out, we're gonna go ahead and add it to our pie shell and spread it out. We'll spray our pie shell down with some nonstick spray, and I'm using Baker's Joy. We're gonna take our dough and we're gonna put it in our pie shell. So the traditional banoffee pie is made with digestives, which are an English cookie or what they call biscuit. It's along the lines of a graham cracker cookie, but definitely not as sweet, with a little bit more ginger taste to it. Make sure you look down in the description box below to see how I make my peanut butter cookie recipe. Once we have our pie crust formed, we're gonna take a toothpick and just poke it all over the place because we don't want the cookie to be very puffy, the crust. Now we're gonna pop our peanut butter cookie crust into a preheated oven at 375 degrees for between 10 to 13 minutes. To our mixing bowl, we're gonna add 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream that's cold. To that, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of powdered sugar or confectioner's sugar, and 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Now we're gonna beat this mixture until our heavy whipping cream turns into a cream and we have nice stiff peaks. So we finished making our whipped cream. I popped it into the refrigerator to chill out for a little bit. Now it's time to assemble our banoffee pie. My pie crust took 13 minutes to bake, and we're gonna let it completely cool before we begin to assemble our banoffee pie. Now it's time for us to cut our bananas. And I'm using bananas that are not very ripe, because I'm not planning on eating this till tomorrow. So now we're gonna add our first layer, which is our dulce de leche, to the bottom. Spread it out. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's gonna be delicious. Now we add our bananas. Next, we're gonna pile on our fresh whipped cream. In a traditional banoffee pie, they use chocolate shavings, but I'm using my Ghirardelli chocolate chips. Okay everyone, we have assembled our banoffee pie. I'm gonna pop it in the fridge for a few hours so that it gets nice and chilled. So with this recipe, you don't have to use the peanut butter cookie crust. You can use any kind of crust that you want. You saw how easy this was to make. It's a 1, 2, 3, and we'll be back to taste it. Oh my, look at that deliciousness there. Okay everyone, we are back. Our banoffee pie has been chilling in the fridge for a few hours. It looks absolutely incredible, beautiful. I can't wait to try this. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Viv, this first bite's for you. Oh my goodness, guys. This is so good. That peanut butter cookie crust is absolutely beautiful, holding this whole thing together. We've got that rich dulce de leche, the freshness of the banana, not too sweet, that beautiful whipped cream that we made ourselves, the chocolate chips on top. This thing is beautiful. Let's try it again. Oh my goodness. Guys, you have to try this recipe. So simple to make. Obviously, I made it with the peanut butter cookie crust because I had leftover dough. But you can make this with anything. You can make it with a store-bought crust if you want. Very easy. You can use Cool Whip instead of whipped cream. You can put this together in a snap. I guarantee you that everyone is gonna love it. Thank you for tuning into this episode of At the D Spot. I'm Danny, and remember, be good to one another. We're all connected. Till next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell.
Come and go with me.